Most urban legends are just scary stories. At least that's what people tell themselves. But some legends became famous because they were connected to real crimes, real disappearances, and real dangers. Tonight we're looking at some of America's most dangerous urban legends, and why people still fear them today. The Hook Man. Imagine you're parked on a dark road late at night. The radio suddenly cuts to an emergency broadcast. A dangerous criminal has escaped nearby. One of his hands has been replaced by a metal hook. The warning tells everyone to stay indoors. Sounds familiar? For decades, teenagers across America told stories about the Hook Man. The legend usually ends with a couple escaping just in time, only to discover deep scratches on their car door. Or worse, a bloody hook hanging from the handle. Most people assume the story was invented to scare teenagers. But historians believe the legend spread during the 1950s after several real attacks by escaped criminals were heavily reported in newspapers. Parents used the story as a warning. Don't stay out late. Don't park in isolated places. Eventually, the warning became a monster. And the monster became a legend. The Killer Clown Panic. In 2016, something strange happened across America. People began reporting clowns standing silently near roads, forests, and schools. At first it seemed like a prank. Then hundreds of reports started appearing. Different states, different witnesses. The same terrifying description. A clown watching from the darkness. Some reports turned out to be hoaxes. Others were never explained. Police departments across multiple states received thousands of calls. Schools went into lockdown. Parents became terrified. The clown sightings eventually faded away. But for months, one of America's strangest urban legends became real life. The babysitter call. This is one of the most famous urban legends ever told. A babysitter keeps receiving strange phone calls. At first, she ignores them. Then the caller says something horrifying. Have you checked the children? Terrified, she contacts police. The police trace the call and discover it is coming from inside the house. The story sounds like pure fiction, but it was inspired by several real criminal cases involving stalkers, intruders, and home invasions during the 1950s and 1960s. The legend survived because it targeted a universal fear. The place you're supposed to feel safest isn't safe at all. The vanishing hitchhiker. For nearly a century, drivers have reported picking up a stranded passenger late at night. Usually a young woman, usually wearing white. The passenger quietly asks for a ride, then vanishes before reaching the destination. The driver eventually learns that the person died years earlier. This story appears in almost every state. And while there are no confirmed ghost hitchhikers, many versions were inspired by real fatal accidents. Local communities transformed tragedy into folklore. The victims became legends. And the highways became haunted. The Bunny Man. Near Fairfax County, Virginia, there is a real location known as Bunny Man Bridge. According to the legend, a man wearing a rabbit costume attacks people near the bridge. Some versions claim he escaped from an asylum. Others say he's a murderer hiding in the woods. The truth is strange enough. In 1970, police documented reports of a man dressed in a bunny suit threatening people and vandalizing property with an axe. Newspapers covered the story. Rumors exploded. And over time, reality transformed into one of America's most famous urban legends. The Black-Eyed Children. Imagine hearing a knock on your door after midnight. Outside stand two children. Something feels wrong. Then you notice their eyes. Completely black. No pupils. No whites. Just darkness. Stories about black-eyed children first appeared in the late 1990s. Since then, thousands of people have reported similar encounters. The children always ask permission to enter. They never force their way inside. Nobody knows where the legend started, but its popularity exploded online because of one terrifying detail. The witnesses often describe the exact same feeling. Pure panic. The kind of fear that tells you to run. The midnight caller. In parts of the southern United States, people still tell stories about mysterious late-night phone calls. The legend says if your phone rings 3 times after 3 a.m. and nobody answers, something is watching you. The origin of the story is far less supernatural. In the 1970s, A burglar in Louisiana admitted he used random phone calls to determine which homes were occupied. If nobody answered, he targeted the house. A real criminal tactic eventually evolved into a ghost story. And that's exactly how urban legends survive. The Appalachian Shadow People. Deep within the Appalachian Mountains, stories of shadow figures have existed for generations. Hunters report seeing dark silhouettes between trees. Campers hear footsteps following them. Hikers claim they hear whispers in the darkness. Scientists point to isolation, fear, and environmental factors. Locals aren't so sure, because some of the stories come from people who had never heard the legend before. And that's what keeps the mystery alive. Whether these stories are true or not, they all reveal something important. Urban legends don't survive because people completely believe them. They survive because there is just enough truth, just enough mystery, just enough possibility to make people wonder. And sometimes, the unknown is far scarier than any monster. Before you leave, tell me in the comments, which urban legend would you never want to encounter in real life? And if you enjoy terrifying true stories, dark mysteries, and real cases that inspired horror legends across America,
subscribe now.
Because the deeper you go into these stories, the darker they become.